Welcome to the Pan-African Space Station. This time we've landed in New York City.
Pan-African Space Station is a lot of things. It's a way, I suppose, of orbiting and of moving and of traveling. Pop-up studios have been staged all around the world, from the Congo to Paris to London, and now there's one in New York at Performer 15. One of the things we are ourselves investigating is the idea of Pan-Africanism. We see this incredible fluctuation of what constitutes what is African, from everything to it is black and blackness defining it, to a political ideology defining it, a world that is not bound by national boundaries. I think that we live in a world where a very specific ideology has been taken up on a global scale, a very specific Western ideology, and there are actually other worlds out there and other systems of beliefs and other ways of living.
We don't see African literary forms as literary forms. So there's this model that it has to be Western. For example, we have a poetry forms in Nigeria, and I'm sure in other places, where we have specific poems that are created for hunters. And we have other kinds of poems, like in the naming ceremonies, that are called orikis. But oriki also means name. So naming is already poetic.
There was no publication that spoke to my reality. It was like, you're a lawyer and you got this fabulous house. And I was like, but I'm not that girl. And in the world I grew up in, girls like me were not celebrated.
We embody the spirit in motion.
There is a news that nearly 1,000 people feared dead after a ship packed with migrants capsized in the Mediterranean Sea. It is the latest in a string of deadly migrant boat sinkings.
The people we're talking to here are people we're having conversations with already. And so, of course, that brings a certain politics of space and of place, because those people are bringing their own politics and their own issues.
We still have a lot of work to do in terms of our youth to broaden their perspectives of the world and just be able to have a conversation about the continent of Africa, or even, a place in Asia from a broad range and not a stereotypical view.
The installation that I'm sitting in is a redrawing of an African hair braiding salon. It contains objects that I've collected over the past 3-4 years. I've got a lot of training heads around. On the floor you can see tiles where the braiding pattern is referenced, and each tile is a module that can connect to all the other modules in infinite ways and make infinite patterns. I'm really interested in mining the space of the hair braiding salon, mining the visual material attached to it to give people another way to look at their position, to think about immigration, the economics of the space, and even to think about the construction of the images that are around them.
Radio is a fantastic medium that tends to be neglected in this day and age. I think we live in such a visual era, and everything is really focused on what our eyes are taking in, and it's good to sometimes really work the ears.
The Yoruba Book Center and African Record Center has been in existence for over 50 years. We were very happy to come and do an installment. We have produced over 500 albums of African music over that period of time. And we actually introduced African music in the United States because of the void for this kind of music. The African Record Center played a major role in the concept of bringing Africans together in a Pan-African context. They may be in different languages, different rhythms, but there's something synonymous with all of these different types of music that makes them African music.
I do think that what binds all the people is a belief in the possibility of a better world, and a belief in the potential of the imagination and of conversation.